Every time I look at this car, it always reminds me of the Dodge Chargers. They look so similar, but so different at the same time. Something with the front end is definitely different, but the sides of them look pretty similar, to say the least. So in today's episode, we're going to do a complete transformation or restoration on this car. Suspension, as you can see, we have no engine, so we're going to need a new engine. Suspensions, definitely need some body work. One of these sides are really wavy. As you can see down here, we got some really wavy panels. So it needs some work, but that's no problem. First, do I want to... Yeah, okay, I'm going to take it to the car wash. It is pretty filthy. And that should also allow us to see how bad the frame is in. The condition of the frame and how wavy the roof is. The dust kind of covers it. As you can see, it just looks dented and bubbly up there. You can see it's so much better now. Get the interior clean while we're here. But overall, this is pretty bad condition. Like, this is bottom of the barrel for the most part. The frame is in horrible condition. Let me see. Yeah, the frame's at 3%. Body's at 3%. Parts are at 3%. And the only reason the interior is at 32 is because we just cleaned what's left of it. So all around, this car is just junk. A rotting piece of junk. And it only cost me $3 grand. No, almost $3 grand. It was $2 grand, $2,800, which isn't bad. So definitely got it for, I wouldn't say a steal of a price, but it was not expensive at all, which was nice. Actually, a decent amount of body panels still on this thing, considering the condition, but we saw that the body was in 3% condition, so that means that everything that I just took off is absolute junk. There's no chance of, no chance, 1%, 5%, 5%. We're not going to be able to fix any of that. Let me take out the steering wheel before I forget, and this bench. Ooh. Yank. You gonna allow me to yank it out? Come on. Here we go. So, majority of this car is just junk. Is that it? Does this grill come out? Nope. Let's hook up the welder and return this thing to a better condition, to say the least. Looks 100 times better. I wish I probably should have got a better angle of the roof getting strained out, and also this step area. Man, it's crazy. The welder makes all these cars look so much better so quickly. Is this all... We're already up $3 grand. That's good. Okay, let's buy some new body parts since we're right here. We may as well get the whole body section out of the way. Alright. Let's see. Put these headlights in. The car's already looking way better than when we got it. Way better. Is what we want. I actually found this at a auction. And normally the cars at the auction aren't that, like, they're pretty bad. But normally cars that are at like 3% overall are like junkyard finds. This has to be one of the roughest auction finds that I've gotten yet. Let me place these last two pieces in, and then we'll check body. We should be around 90. Okay, the only reason we're at 90 is we need to put two license plates on. But I'll do that later in the video once I respray the car and all that. Now we gotta start working on the suspension. This is probably gonna suck, because as I said before, everything in here is gonna be completely junk. And that means I'm gonna have to remember to buy all this stuff, from brake discs to wheel hubs to wheel caps. A lot of stuff, but whatever, I'll get to it. Alright, that was not too good. Definitely missing some key parts. Why won't... Okay. Trying to take out the transmission, it spawns me all the way down there. If you guys are enjoying the video, please consider subscribing and liking. Really helps the channel out. I'm on my road to 1,000 subs, so I'd really appreciate it. Alright, one more bolt, then we should have this trans out. Let me grab the engine hoist. And yank this engine out. Nice. I'm very curious to see if we're able to save anything. I doubt it. Okay, we have one disc. Oh. Okay, and then a few small parts for the suspension. That's actually better than I was expecting. I'll take it. Okay, ideally, I think that I bought most of the stuff for the suspension. I forgot to check some of the things off, so I might have to go and stop and pick up the piece, but no big deal. We'll get it done. Okay, I did forget a few things up in the front mostly. I am gonna buy some performance brakes just so we can stop better. I'm gonna buy 4% upgrades. Along with, okay, I was about to say, you can buy springs, but you can't. Even though it should be an option. Make vehicle ride better. Let's see, what do I need? I need 2 of those, 2 of these, and then 2 of the caps. I forgot the shocks up front, just the brakes. And then our suspension should be done. It was pretty simple, pretty quick, and pretty easy. I also forgot I need brake pads. Let me just quickly grab those, and along with some of these, because I don't know if I was able to actually save these. Any calibers? There we go. Grab a few of those just in case. Alright. Chuck these last few pieces in, and then our suspension should be fully complete. We can go send this thing into the paint booth. I don't really know how much horsepower either that I'm planning on putting underneath this. Well, I don't know if these brakes are really necessary, but I guess they can't really hurt, to be honest. Definitely can't hurt because these older vehicles were really heavy. I think that's it. I put the spring in. Yep, let's go take this thing down to the paint booth and see what kind of colors we want to do. I think that this car also has a livery to it. Yeah. Oh, that's kind of lame. I thought that these would run all the way the length of the roof and down the back. Okay. Let's see, what were factory colors on this? I've been kind of like tempted to do a yellow car just because I keep on doing red and blue and orange. Don't know. I don't really know if I'm feeling the yellow on this. Doesn't look bad, but I feel like yellow is more of like a sportier color, and this is like an older fashioned car. I don't hate green. Green's decent, but just like blue, I don't know what it is. Like blue just looks so good on this car, and I bet red does too. Red looks good. Maybe it's just preference. But some of these colors I am not a fan of. Maybe this type of green or something close to that. Let's see if I can find that over here somewhere. Doubt I'm going to be able to replicate that. Could be like something like this, but pea green. It doesn't look bad. I will say that it doesn't look bad. It kind of fits this car, but what if we made this into like an off-road type of car? So this was like this looks kind of like an army green. I think that would look good. Maybe we'll do that. Change it up instead of doing like the same thing over and over again. How do people? There we go. I know that some people play around with this clear coat and roughness. Give it some shine. Ooh. Let's put that back to around 50. I think we might do this. Make it into like an army type of vehicle. Some off-road tire. I mean, it won't be useful or practical in that sense, but it'll look cool. At least I think it will. I'm kind of down with that because I don't really have any green cars right now at the moment. Or green muscle cars. I do have the Nova, but that's more of like a brighter green. Okay. Can I please take this thing? What am I doing wrong? I'm an idiot. I did like the same thing 3 times in a row. Okay, let's bring this back into the shop and pick out our tires. I think that I have the right rim and tire set up in mind. Let me bring you guys to that. See if I can find it quickly. I was thinking these ones right here. I actually just put these on a truck the other day. We're gonna go with... this is a problem. Because I do remember that these back rims kind of are tucked into the fender, so if you put any offset, it's going to start clipping through. We might have to do very little offset, or at least play around with that. So we're going to go 2 of these, and we'll do like a 25 offset, 18s. And then let's go for tires. We're going to do aggressive off-road tires, and we're going to do, I'm thinking like 2, I'd say like 285 in the back. And then we do need to have a decent amount of wall. Maybe we should have went with smaller rims. I don't know, but this is the tire and rim combination that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play around with this for a little bit till I get something that looks good. Okay. The rims do look decent. I did end up going with the 18s. Up here, I ended up going with a 235 with a 10 offset, and I believe I was 45 profile. And the back, I believe I did 35 profile or 40, and these are 285s. Same thing on 18s. I think it looks okay right now. What I do think would really bring the car together, I just want to make sure when it's on its own weight, these tires don't clip through, because that's the problem I was having. These are also at a 15 offset instead of a 25 now. I think it looks pretty aggressive, but what I am going to do is paint these rims black real quick. And I think that will really bring the car together. I think these black rims really do complete the car. In terms of aesthetics, let's place a little bit of tint on there. Real quick. Let's go. If we do full out like a murdered look, it does look mean, but we are not going to be able to use first person at all. Yeah, let's do a little something a little bit more realistic. In 80s, like pretty murdered out, but 100s is just way too much. Way too much. We'll go 80. I mean, I think that looks pretty damn aggressive, if I do say so myself. Let me just complete this interior real quick. Oh wow, it has benches in the front and back. I did not know that. That's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen that. The only thing I've seen with like a bench in the front is the Ford pickup trucks in the game. That's a weird steering wheel. I don't know if I'm gonna go with that steering wheel. Not a big fan of the chrome. Let's go for something a little bit something a little bit, I don't want to say more serious, but chrome's just like flashy. Want something more subtle, like a black wheel or something. The charger wheel. We're gonna put the charger wheel in this just because we can. Just because I think it'll fit good too. Let's place these benches in here. I know you can't really see it, but interior is complete. Now we got to build this engine, which is little bit of an interesting task. We do have a lot of engine swap options, so I don't know if I want to go with the engine swap or not. I believe I built the 446 pack in one of my more recent builds, so I'm gonna go look around outside and see what engines I have and everything. That's so I can do something fresh with this build. Okay, so I do have a 446 pack in this Challenger. Let's go check this car. This is the 426 Shaker. The Nova should have its own little engine. Yeah, it's Ford Cobra Jet that I threw in this one. And lastly, a Hemi 426 also. But I don't think I saw Magnum in there. So maybe I will throw a Magnum inside this car. What engine was actually in it? I forgot already. Okay, so this had a 446 pack, but we can go with a 440 Magnum instead since I haven't built that engine. I think that is what we're going to go with. And actually, I was able to save the engine block, shockingly enough. So, saved a little bit of money there. So, let's get started. Alright, I think that we're all done. I hope that we're all done. I did sprinkle a few performance parts in on this engine here and there, just to give it a little bit more oomph. I don't really actually know how much this engine makes. 1 second. Okay, it's not going to tell me. I guess we'll find out once I put it in. Let's see. Okay, so it makes 375, so I'm going to assume it's going to make like 450. I didn't put too many parts in. We also are going to do a performance exhaust, but I do need to add the trans, starter, and full exhaust system underneath this thing still, so I'm going to go do that real quick. Let's see, we're definitely going to need a performance gearbox because of the added power, just to be safe at least. So let's go grab that. A starter, let's see, do we have any of these exhaust pieces? No, we don't. Let me just mark all these so I can buy them at once. I think I have a drive shaft still. Okay, let's go purchase these. So front exhaust, 2 of those, 2 of those, middle muffler, 2 of those, and then the rear muffler, and starter. Okay, we should be good. I don't know if I should paint this exhaust piece black. I mean, no one's gonna see it. That's also the reason I don't paint the suspension. Because that would be a lot more time consuming and no one really sees it. If anything, I should probably paint these end pieces black just to make it look more uniformed. Wow. I was not able to save the drive shaft, I guess. No, I don't need one of those. That's shocking. I thought I would be able to save it, but I mean, I guess everything was at like 3%, so I shouldn't really be too surprised. I think that's everything. Let's see how this back exhaust looks. No, it kind of fits with the chrome bumper too. Maybe if I did the bumper black. Maybe I should do that, but the problem is like the grill's gonna be chrome anyway. It does have like a chrome accents pieces to it, so what can you do? This thing does look mean. These tires and rims have really grown on me. Drop that down one more. I'm excited to drive this thing. I'm gonna quickly get this whole engine bay sorted out, and then we'll take this thing for a test drive. Damn, this build has been so chill. I do want to not test it out. We will test it out, but I want to take it outside. Compare it with the rest of the muscle cars, see if it looks weird. I'd say that it looks pretty much that it blends in. I like that. I was really unsure about the rim and tire setup, along with the color being like pea green, but it does look nice. Definitely better than the Nova. That Nova over there, I really want to change that color. I'm not a fan of it. I do a lighter green or something, it sticks out way too much, for my liking at least. I really like the way this car looks. Alright, let's take this thing out to the track though. See how it performs. Alright, I did actually just take this car out to the dirt track and it struggled bad. Not struggling nearly as bad on the asphalt. That is so weird. This thing, when I took it out into the dirt, was struggling so bad. Like, I was drifting everywhere. Ooh, understeer for days. It's fine. Probably just took a bad line. I did forget to dyno it, but this thing does seem pretty slow. But that's fine. At least it's controllable. Oh, this thing just looks so good. Oh, come back. Looks great. Sounds pretty good, too. Oh, I slowed down a lot. The understeer is intense. I wonder if that's because of the tire setup or what, that there's that much understeer. Could very well be that. I wonder. That, maybe the body weight of the car too. That could definitely be something that messes with our turning. I don't know how heavy this car is. Not bad though. We're at 108. I'm gonna assume we're getting like a 150 lap. It's gonna be on the slower side, but definitely a more like enjoyable car. I'd rather have a slower car that I could drive fast than a fast car that I crash into shit with. Even with the understeer, it's still enjoyable. Come on, come on, come on. We're close to that wall. It's still enjoyable to drive though. I'm really happy with how it looks more than the performance of the car. I was really unsure about this green. Let's see if we can do this section. Oh, I locked up the brakes at one point. That's my bad. Let's see if we could drift it a little bit back on a course. Wow, 2 minutes. That is a rough lap time, I will say. Very rough lap time. This thing definitely needs a horsepower buff. But it doesn't really matter. I am very pleased with how this looks and how it came out. Now for the breakdown. The car cost me about $3 grand to buy from the auction house, and another 42 grand to fully repair. So that leaves me with about 45k in expenses, but the car does sell for about 83k, which is good. So that means that I would make about 38 grand in profit if I were to sell the car. But I'm gonna end up keeping this car. I'm really happy with how it turned out, especially because I took that risk with the color, and it paid off so well in my opinion. So that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one.